Let's talk about deities. My definition of deities. Deities are living personifications of energy. It explains and defines the behavior of energy. It is we as humans who personify the energy as a means to be able to identify it. Because without being able to identify it, you can't work with it, you can't control it. Deities work in the world as a means to help us to achieve goals, as well as to achieve universal goals. Now we have to keep in mind when we're dealing with deities, alright? There are more deities than we can identify on an individual basis. More. There is more than 12. Alright, there is a whole lot more. A whole lot more. Deities are also a symbol of universal law. They represent laws that govern the universe. Laws that we use to interact with one another. And you'll be surprised to know the type of deities that we have out here. I love when people try to say, oh, this is wrong and this is right, this is wrong and this is right. I love to hear when people say, oh no, this is wrong and this is right. When you have laws that justify what has taken place and further proves that what you thought was right is not and what you thought was wrong is not. There are deities in this world that govern thieves. They protect thieves, ensuring that they do not get caught. Very old and ancient deity. There's a deity that governs murderers, ensuring that they never get caught. Another old and ancient deity. I will not call forth their names unless I'm invoking them, of course. There are deities that protect women who are in abusive relationship with men. There are deities that govern sex addicts. There are several deities that I know of that even support abortions. All of these incidents and situations that I named and I am familiar with all of these deities. And I have worked with a few of them. So that's how I know. These same deities, they act in and out of the world. They fall in alignment with the astrological events, cosmic principles, as well as earthly laws. And if you allow them to guide you, they will lead you to the success of your goal. They will help you achieve that success. That's why when you hear people say, oh, it's wrong to do this, and it's wrong to do that, and it's wrong to do this. That's not what universal law says. Universal law says it is wrong when you get caught. I didn't say it. Don't shoot the messenger. It is only wrong when you get caught. Weigh and measure and know your balance. Study. Become aware. There's nothing that takes place on this earth that is not supposed to happen. There's no one that walks the face of the earth that is not supposed to be here. This earth does not belong to us. We are of the earth. We are earthly beings. In fact, we are spiritual beings having an earthly experience. We govern the earth, but it belongs to no man nor woman. So no one has the right to say who and who does not belong here. Who are you? Who are you? There are so many different types of beings here. And many of these beings, although divine in nature, they appear to be human. They have a human form, but they don't behave in a human manner. You know those. You've seen them before. Those are those who lack humanity. Those are the ones we refer to as narcissists. Criminally insane, all of those natures are normal. They're just misunderstood. So they're just placed in a box or category, a box that categorizes them as other, unknown, to be studied and tested a little deeper. When we reach the state where we cannot build upon any further, the place which we call the unknown, the hidden, the unseen, the unanswered. That's when we've reached a very divine state. That's when we have experienced God, or what we call God, what we refer to as God. And that part of our being that exists within and outside of us, that unknown aspect, that's what we have to rely on. That's the source in which we create from. But you already knew that. Yeah. There are all types of beings that walk the face of this earth. Just like you have black people, you have white people, you have homosexual people, you have bisexual people, you have asexual people, you have transsexual people, you have all types of people that you can't even begin to imagine that inhibits this world. And we have to learn how to coexist. That is the number one challenge. We're not doing so well. We're not doing so well. I don't know if things have gotten better or have gotten worse. It looks like to me things just transformed. You know? They still exist. All the darkness and the chaos of the past, it still exists. It just has taken on a whole different form. One that is hidden, unseen, that is deceptive, misleading. And while we're caught up in all this fun that we're having, the life is being sucked right out of us. We are deities. I am a deity. I came to earth to reach a specific goal, just as each and every one of you have. We have to be able to look beyond the physical in order to realize who we truly are and our abilities, our capabilities, our power. I am a deity that has taken on a different form, and I have the ability to manifest any characteristic I choose to in order to do that, as long as I remain in harmony with the other deities who are working with me, as well as my ancestors. You call them laws. I call them deities. Loas, Orisha. Universal powers. That's who I rely on. And that's who we all must come to rely on at some point, regardless of what you believe in, okay? At some point, you're going to have to come to rely on your universal powers, your gifts. Everything that you go through in life that is chaotic, that leads to frustration, anger, loss, hurt, remorse. All of those things, everything that you go through is geared towards your divine awakening. It will bring you eventually into the knowledge and awareness of who you are and what you've come here to manifest. You don't need to covet someone else's gifts. In other words, you don't have to desire someone else's gifts. You have your own. It's okay to admire someone else for their gifts, but let it motivate you or inspire you to awaken your own gifts, your own unique gifts that no one else has, that no one else has. It's your gift. Awaken to it, develop it, and then apply it. Because someone else's gifts is not going to work for you. We've all tried that. They force us to do that in society. They say if you do not fall into this guideline of what you want to be in school, then you're basically like an outcast. I never wanted to be a doctor. I never wanted to be a lawyer. I damn sure know I didn't want to be a teacher. Because at that time I didn't like children. I didn't even like the children that I was hanging out with. So I didn't want to be no teacher. I didn't want to be no draftsman. No postal man. I didn't want to do none of that shit that they offered. So I said, you know what? I must have come here to do something unique. I know I didn't come here to waste no fucking time. I had to come here to do something unique. I wonder what that is. And when I set out on that path to find out what that was, there was no turning back. There was no turning back.